Hey, thanks for listening to Car Talk. Now, if you're looking for stuff to listen to that doesn't insult your intelligence, there's a great app for your phone. It's NPR One. It's got hand-curated artisanal suggestions to help you find the best from public radio and beyond, with podcasts and news. NPR One is ready when you are. That's NPR ONE on your app store. Support for the Car Talk podcast comes from Blue Apron, who knows that incredible ingredients make incredible meals. Blue Apron works with a community of artisanal suppliers, family-run farms, sustainable fisheries, and ethical ranchers to deliver perfectly portioned, seasonal ingredients and easy-to-follow recipe cards right to your door. Choose recipes based on your preferences with no weekly commitment. Get your first 2 Blue Apron meals free, plus free shipping by visiting blueapron.com. Hello and welcome to Car Talk from National Public Radio with us, Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers. And we're broadcasting this week from the Can't Be Too Careful department here at Car Talk Plaza. Go ahead.
I mean, this is a series of warning labels. This was sent to me, I think, by my old pal Johnny Mellum, who has got what?
Squat to do.
Squat to do. So all he does is send me stuff. This is warning labels, and it seems as though it came from England because there are some British brand names. But here's some of the warning labels that appear on actual products. On tiramisu dessert, printed on the bottom of the box, it says, "Do not turn upside down." Oops! This is a good one. On a Korean-made kitchen knife, warning, keep out of children. On a string of Christmas lights for indoor or outdoor use only. I like my personal favorite was on a bag of Fritos. It says, "You could be a winner. No purchase necessary. Details inside." Okay. That's referred to as the shoplifter special. No purchase necessary.
Well, in the event that you find a bag that's half eaten, I suppose you would avail yourself of that opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to alert us to some unforeseen hazard regarding your car.
Yeah.
Or anything else for that matter, the number is 888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, this is Bonnie from Petaluma, California.
Hi, Bonnie.
From where?
Petaluma.
All right, what's up?
Well, I have a Volvo that's an 850, and it's got about 170,000 miles on it. And about 3 months ago, it would start to just not start. I would get into it, and it wouldn't make any clicking noises or anything, and all the lights would come on the dash, but it wouldn't turn over. And so I called AAA the first time. They came out, and a guy rammed this metal rod down into the engine.
That always works.
Yeah, it did work. And then I took it to the dealer.
Yes.
And they said that they couldn't find what was wrong with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said they thought maybe it could be the starter, but they weren't sure, and to try to bring it back when it was doing it again.
So months go by, and it doesn't misbehave.
Well, it's very random. It would be the next week it did it several times, and then it wouldn't do it.
Wow.
I mean, every time I try to take it to the dealer, it starts right up again.
Is it more likely to do it if the car's been sitting overnight?
No, it'll happen.
I didn't think so.
Just what I thought.
It's very random.
Well, when this fellow rammed that rod down the throat of the car, did he actually have you hold the key to the crank position?
Mm-mm.
He just hit something, and then he said, "Okay, lady, start it up."
Try it now?
Yeah, and then I picked it up. I carry a broomstick in the back of my car.
Yeah.
And now I've had to convert to some kind of metal thing that's heavier.
Oh, so you know exactly where to whack it.
I think I know now where to whack it after
Is it a big cylindrical thing?
It's got a metal band around it.
That's it.
Yeah, but you're hitting is the starter motor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if that fixes it, that must be the thing that's wrong.
You would think.
You would think. I mean,
Yeah, if it were a bad connection, it would have gotten worse by now. I mean, the wire would have fallen off. Or if it were corroded, it would have, ceased making contact. But a bad starter can go on like this for months and months and months.
Drive you nuts.
You starting to pace the floor at night?
And it's good that you figured out what to do.
Well, I look kind of weird in parking lots.
Well, I'll tell you, we have never, ever replaced a starter on an 850, and we service a lot of Volvos.
Okay.
They just never go bad.
But yours did.
I mean, Volvo starters in general, I can't think of
They last
Except for the
forever.
time that we're behind on the boat payments. I can't think of a single time that we replaced a Volvo starter
Yeah.
in the last 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the time when you were doing the combo, the special combo, battery, alternator,
Oh, yeah.
and starter motor
Right.
for $1,000.
Right, the BAS combo. But I think you may be a candidate, Bonnie, for a new starter motor. And the fact of the matter is that the guys at the dealership aren't going to be able to reproduce it because it happens infrequently. And sooner or later, you're going to get stuck someplace.
Yeah, I'm more interested in the AAA guy.
Uh-huh.
You mean you called AAA with this problem, and before he even hooked up the jumper cables?
Yeah. He kind of scared me because he came out with his long pole, and then he just whapped it down.
No,
Get out.
yeah, no, he's had some luck doing this, obviously.
He said he does it all the
didn't
time.
even hook up the jumper cables?
Well, he couldn't get to the car, so then he told me to pop the hood, and he
Aha. Okay.
He did it.
So he took a chance. I mean, if the battery were in fact dead,
Because,
his technique would never have worked.
He did ask me if the lights came on the dash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you told him, of course,
And
yes.
I told him it didn't make any clicking noises or anything, and he said, okay, I think I know what it is, and he got that pole.
I think the guy was a bleeding genius.
He may have been. Well, when your TV doesn't work, what's the first thing you do?
I whack it.
There you go. Good luck, Bonnie.
Okay,
Save
thank
up
you.
for a starter because it's not cheap.
Okay.
See you later.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
This guy's wasting his life.
He's
driving
wasting
a tow truck.
Well, no, he's not driving. He's not towing any cars. He's whacking everyone's starter and driving away. He's making a fortune. 188. Now, that's an interesting question. Does he get to? I mean, obviously, it's a lot less work to show up and just whack the thing and say, "Okay, see you later."
Yeah.
Well, does he get to charge back to AAA for a tow job, or is this just a service call?
Oh.
A good question, isn't it?
Well, it's probably the same no matter what.
Oh, I don't think so. There's no wear and tear in his truck. No addition. He just drives out there and drives. He could go in his bicycle.
That would require that he fill out some form that said, I whacked the starter and it started.
Yeah, he's charging for the tow.
Don't. We won't charge you the $300 that you normally
Right.
give us for this call. We'll just send me
What was I
$50
thinking?
and I'll be fine.
If I lean over, you give me a dope slap. 1-888 Car Talk. That's 888. What's that number? 227-8255. A lawyer on Car Talk.
Hey there.
Hey there. To whom are we speaking?
Kevin,
Kevin, where are you from?
Atlanta, Georgia. My problem is this, among others. I've got a 1991 Dodge Spirit ES. It's the sport model. And
Yeah, right.
ES means extra sporty, you know.
Extra sport. Or extremely stupid. One or the other.
Put down Chrysler Corporation.
Chrysler Corporation. Put that
Chrysler Corporation again.
again, yeah. That's
Okay,
what I'll
go ahead,
take for that.
Kevin.
and so
Running out of room here.
in addition to the problem that the car's not a really cool car, I've got some actual mechanical problems in it. And there's two. One is whenever I step on the gas pedal, it makes a little clicking sound, and then when the car decelerates, when it's at the end of the deceleration, it makes another little clicking sound. And I would analogize it almost to like I visualize there being like a little valve opening and closing, making a clicking noise, almost like it's stuck. And it only happens when the car is in gear. If I race the engine in park, I don't get the clicking noise, but I get it constantly.
So this happens, you're accelerating from a dead stop. What if you're accelerating what if you're doing 30 and accelerating to 40?
It happens. All I have to do is step on the gas pedal for it to make a noise.
And you get this click, click, click. It's just a couple of clicks and then it stops.
Yeah, like if I depress my foot on the gas pedal, it makes a little clicking noise, and then we go about the acceleration. And then when I take my foot off the accelerator, or when I take it quickly to the brake, I get the clicking noise.
Well, you could easily have a bad motor mount, or the noise could be coming from the exhaust system. Here's how you find out what it is.
Okay.
I bet you can reproduce this noise without moving the car.
He just said he can't.
He can.
He just said the car's got to be in motion.
I'm about to tell him how he can do it.
Oh, Lord.
All right, Kevin. Are you listening?
I'm trying.
Put the thing in drive.
My brother has adopted the George Costanza's parents.
Frank Costanza.
Frank Costanza's approach to life.
Yell at everybody.
Okay, when you put the thing in drive.
I might as well talk about before we answer your question, Kevin. I got to tell you, our refrigerator broke recently, and it's a Generous Electric refrigerator, and we called the 800 number, and they cheerfully agreed for a small amount of money to replace what they felt was a faulty compressor. And they did so, and about 30 hours later, the refrigerator was not any colder than it had been before they got there.
What'd you think of that?
And, I opened the freezer, and the ice cream was like mush, and my popsicles were still melted, and I thought after 30 hours, something exciting should have happened.
Sure.
So I called the 800 number, and I got a woman who was very understanding, and I proceeded in my own style to explain to her.
Not Frank Costanza.
No, I didn't lapse into Frank Costanza until my wife began to disagree with me. I said to her, the refrigerator was fixed 2 days ago. My wife says, it was a day and a half. To which I said, all right, it was a day and a half. And I said, and the temperature won't go below 50. My wife says, oh, no, it's down to 46. All right, I think it's 46 degrees. 46 is good. Is 46 good enough for you? And we went like the Costanzas back and forth. We argued and the poor woman on the other end didn't know what to make of it, but she sent the repair person out first thing in the morning. I might add that it's still not fixed, but we're hoping they're working it this week before anyone else in the house gets sick. Anyway, I feel better about that now, too.
What was your question, Kevin?
I'm going to explain to him.
What were you talking about? What was his question?
We don't remember.
Oh, the click.
You start the engine. Put your left foot on the brake pedal. Put the car in drive, keeping your foot firmly on the brake pedal with nothing in front of you that you could possibly do harm to.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Put your GE refrigerator right in front of this thing. Yeah. Step on the gas.
Yours.
In other words, you're going to load up the engine. And in doing so, I believe, you're going to get it to go click, click, click.
Yeah.
And then shift it into reverse and do the same thing, and you will also get click, click, click. But if you don't, going back into drive and doing it again will allow you to reproduce the noise like you get when the vehicle is moving, I believe. And if you can do this, you can then drive it to your mechanic and reproduce the sound for him, and you'll be able to figure out in a few seconds.
Make sure the service manager is standing right in front of the car when you do it.
I mean, you could, for example, have a bad constant velocity joint, but I rather think it's a bad motor mount, or it may just be a loose flange on the exhaust.
I like the flange.
Hey, is the constant velocity joint the same thing as a CV joint?
Yes. That's it, man. CV, constant velocity, or curriculum vitae, whichever you like.
Oh, I'm brilliant, I see. I figured. Hey, can I ask one more question?
Sure.
When my car is parked on an incline, and I get in the car, turn it on, put it in reverse, I hear a horrendous clunking noise. I keep thinking that the entire underneath of the car is going to fall out.
You have a broken motor mount. That's what's making your noise now. Now it's all clear to me.
Should have started with the second question?
I should have started with the second question first. We could have gotten rid of you 10 minutes ago.
But I'm so charming.
See you, Kevin. Thanks for your call. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Nice talking to you, Kevin.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
1-888-CAR-TALK or 1-888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hello, this is Maureen in Fairfax, Virginia.
Hi, Maureen.
Maureen, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you two?
Not too bad.
We're doing great, thanks.
Good.
What's up?
What I've got is a 1989 Camry. It's a great car. It's got 272,000 miles on, but it's developed a strange problem. It started maybe as long as 18 months ago, and my mechanic was able to get rid of it for 4 or 5 months, but it's come back again and getting worse. After rain, and now in the last few weeks in high humidity, it will stall after it's been running. I call it the 5 mile, 5 minute symptom. When I've driven about 5 miles or about 5 minutes, if I have to slow down to maybe below 10 miles an hour, it will stall. After that, it sometimes will start right up. Sometimes it takes 5 or 6 minutes of trying to start it. If I don't have to slow down, it's fine.
So if you can get past that 5 mile / 5 minute point.
Right. If I don't
will
have to
never
slow
do
down.
it.
Yeah, it won't stall. But of course, I have to use Route 66 in towards Washington, D.C., so that just doesn't happen. I stall out on 66.
Do you get your kicks on Route 66?
Well, not quite. I'm afraid I'm going to get my slam in the rear on 66.
That may be good.
You may like that.
Well, I mean, that's interesting.
Well, this fellow who's looked at it,
He's saying, I'm not sure what this is, but this is my best bet on it here. Distributor cap and wires, the rotor,
Don't
tune
like
up
it.
and spark.
I don't like that idea.
well, I love it.
You do?
Actually, yes. And is this a 4-cylinder Camry?
I think so.
We replaced quite a few distributors on
Really?
4-cylinder Camrys, but his first stab should be replacing the cap and the rotor and the spark plug wires. And I believe on this car, the cap and wires are sold as a unit.
Okay.
And he would replace those two pieces, the cap and wire set and the ignition rotor, because those could certainly cause problems in damp weather. However,
And he's never done that?
No.
all right.
I don't like it anyway.
Well, I like it because it often solves the problem, but when it doesn't,
And it brings in revenue.
and it's revenue producing, yes.
But I
But
don't
when
think
it doesn't,
it's gonna
the
solve
fact that you say even high humidity conditions cause the problem, I'm more inclined to believe the problem is a bad ignition coil.
Okay.
You have a coil that has hairline cracks in it. And when you get hairline cracks in the distributor, it will cause it to short out.
Okay, yes.
Generally, we replace the entire distributor when we do these, but you can replace just the coil.
Okay.
But if you haven't spent any money in the last few years, have pity on this guy and throw him a few $1,000. But if you have to, you
so
have
what? Maureen's got it.
Oh,
to. Well, she ain't spending it on cars. We know that. She's
We
been
know
driving
that.
this thing for 100 years.
Good luck, Maureen.
thank you much.
See you
Bye-bye.
later.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, before we give the answer to last week's puzzle, we have to take a short break. Do you know why?
Yeah, so you can figure out the answer.
That's
that it?
right. We'll be back in a minute.
Cars and trucks and trucks and cars. They go real fast and they go real far. They take me where I need to go. See those tires spinning on the road. Cars and trucks and trucks and cars. They go real fast and they go real far. From where I am to where you are in cars and trucks and trucks and cars.
And even those single-celled organisms complain that we give evolution a bad name whenever they hear us say it. This is NPR.
Support for the Car Talk podcast comes from American Recordings and Republic Records. The Avett Brothers' new album, True Sadness, features the hand-clapping, foot-stomping summer anthem, Ain't No Man. Pre-order the Avett Brothers' True Sadness on iTunes now and instantly receive 4 songs. Hi, we're back. You're listening to Car Talk with us, Click and Clack, the Tappert Brothers, and we're here to talk about cars, car repair, and the answer to last week's puzzler.
What was the question?
Here it is. You're going to remember this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe. A
Maybe
guy
I'll-
came into the shop with his Volvo on the back of a tow truck. He walks in and says, "Oh, I'm in trouble, guys. I need your help." So we immediately do a Dun and Bradstreet on him and finally agree to take his case.
Yeah.
He says the clutch cable has broken 5 times in the last 5 months. I asked what happened, and he said, "I don't know. I had a new clutch put in 6 months ago, and when they put the new clutch in, they advised me to put a new cable in, and I said, go ahead." A month later, they closed up shop and headed for some unknown Pacific island. The clutch cable breaks. So the guy continues his story. He says that he puts a new clutch cable in, thinking the one the shop put in was defective. A month later, that cable breaks. Another month goes by, and that cable breaks. By this time, he says, I was at my wit's end, and I figured the clutch had to be defective, so I brought it to another shop, and what? They installed a brand new clutch.
Oh.
And, of course, what?
I
A new
just want
clutch
you to
cable.
know, I still don't remember this puzzler.
Well, I don't either, but I'm hoping that in reading it here, my memory will be jogged.
Yeah.
And a month later, the cable breaks again, and he says, Sonia Henny's tutu. And I asked him under what circumstances it breaks, and he said, I start the car, I go to drive it away, I step on the clutch, or I go to shift it into gear. I get to the corner, for example, I shift into neutral, I wait for the light to turn green, I step on the clutch, and the cable breaks.
Jeez.
I said, oh, my God. And I asked him if the car starts now. He says, I don't bother to start it. Since the cable was broken, what was the sense? And I say to him, I bet it won't start. He said, well, why shouldn't it start? It started yesterday. It's got nothing to do with the clutch. Anyway, we go out to the car and turn the key.
Dead.
Starts right up. No, it won't start. And he asks, what does that have to do with my clutch cable breaking? And I say,
Everything.
everything.
Is this the same old chestnut that we've used about 5 times?
You have to spoil everything. And you wonder why I have no sympathy about your dart. You wonder.
Well, you understand now why I remember the puzzle, because you've used it 5 times.
I haven't used it 5 times. It just seems that way.
Twice.
This is the second time it's ever been used.
Oh, okay.
The first time was 19 years ago when I first saw this happen.
Excellent. What a memory I have.
Yeah, you do. Too bad you don't use it once in a while. And so the question was, why was the clutch cable breaking? Well, what had happened when the original guys put the clutch in, they failed to put in a little tiny piece of wire that goes from the engine block to
The body.
the body of the car and is the conductive path for electricity that goes from the battery to the starter motor, through the block, to the body of the car, and ultimately back to the battery. And in the absence of this cable, the electricity must find a new conductive path to get from the battery through the starter and back to the battery. Because this cable's missing and there's no other conductive path, it uses the clutch cable and it burns it up.
Says
It makes it brittle.
You ain't got no path for me? I'm going to find one.
Right, and what finally happens is it burns up the cable. You step on the cable that one last time, and the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back comes into play. The cable breaks.
Whoa.
And then it won't start. And that's why I asked him if the engine would start. And when he said, I don't know, I said, I bet it won't, because now he had no conductive path because the cable was broken and the car wouldn't start at all. And we put in a new clutch cable and a 25-cent piece of wire, for which we charged him $80. And he was on his way. And who's our winner this week?
The winner.
Tommy.
What? The winner is what? Tom Toot Shavers from Lincoln, Rhode Island. Boy, that must be Dutch. Huh? You figure?
Could be.
From Lincoln, Rhode Island, and for having his correct answer chosen from among the thousands of correct answers that we got this week, our pal Thomas will get a $25 gift certificate to the Car Talk Shameless Commerce Division. With this $25 gift certificate, he can get a copy of our CD, Men Are From GM, Women Are From Ford, all calls about couples and cars. This CD, by the way, is a big hit with marriage counselors. It has generated more business for them than anything else that ever came along the pike.
Anyway, we'll have a brand new puzzler coming up in the third half of today's show. So don't touch that dial. In the meantime, we'll take your calls, of course, at 1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, this is Ryan calling from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Ryan.
Hello.
Hi, we're here,
How
man.
are you?
We're here. We're here for you, Ryan.
I hope someone is.
What's
Go
up?
on.
Well, basically, I went to get an oil change, and I got talked into something extra, and ever since then, people have just been making fun of me.
Ryan, you
Yeah.
have a sympathetic ear.
So basically, I got talked into this, what they called an engine shampoo.
What are you, some kind of a joke?
Wait, what happened to that sympathetic ear that I was just promised?
Well,
A name, just a name like that. You got to be a real sucker to fall.
Oh, come on.
go ahead, elaborate.
All right.
Go ahead.
This isn't my defense.
Did you get the cream rinse too? Oh man, go ahead. I'm sorry.
all right.
We're
Come
sorry
on, let's take it easy on him, will you?
We treated it lightly. Let's give Ryan time to explain himself.
All right, I'll present my case here. So basically, I go in there and I get the oil change, and I didn't go to a place that was recommended. I was just driving home, and I needed to get it, and so he shows me the oil stick, and it's got very dark oil, and he says this oil is black. So I say to him, okay, so what? And he says, well, I can give you an oil change, but what's going to happen is that this is a bad color for oil, and it's going to turn this color again very, very shortly. And in order to prevent that from happening, you really should get the engine shampoo.
Yeah.
And then he said he did it with his own car, and he was wearing the mechanic outfit, and he had stains. It seemed like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he's got the appropriate patches and all that. And
how much did he want for the shampoo?
And the scar tissue in the usual places.
It was exactly. It was more than
the car was worth.
It was more than the car. It was more than the oil change. The oil change was like $26, and this was like $36.
It sounds like they shampooed your wallet at the same time.
That's been everyone's reaction so far has been.
And how long ago did this happen?
Just not very long ago. 10 days ago.
So have you looked at the oil to see if it's black?
No, I haven't looked.
Don't look.
Okay.
I got to tell you right now, don't look. But does your car seem to have a sunnier disposition? Is it going out on more dates? I mean, what?
Well, at least it has an excuse if it doesn't want to go out on a date. It can say it's washing its engine. But no, it seems the same as it was before.
Yeah, and the truth is that when he showed you the dipstick with the black oil on it, that's the nature of oil. When it turns black, it means it's doing its job. It's holding dirt and carbon and other contaminants in suspension, and all those things get removed when you take that drain plug out and you put fresh oil in there. So, he didn't do any harm, if that's what you're worried about.
No, he just took $30 from you.
$6.
Right.
$36.
Yeah.
Plus the tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you get taken?
I guess I did.
Yeah. And are people going to laugh when you tell them?
And laugh again
when
they hear this.
Yeah.
Don't mention it to anybody.
Well, I guess it's the name.
Yeah.
It is. It's the name. I mean, if it had been something else, but a shampoo.
An engine shampoo.
If they'd called it a deep engine decarbonization process.
Right.
Yeah, I had a professor in college who taught a mathematics course, and the fellow's name was a very famous mathematician. His name was John Carlo Rota. And he was a visiting professor from Italy. And because his command of the language wasn't what it ought to have been, even though he had a tremendous mathematical mind, he chose for the name of the course, The World of Mathematics.
Uh-huh.
And halfway through the semester, he asked for volunteers to come up with a better name for the course, he says, because it sounded too much Walt Disney.
And the engine shampoo sounds too much Walt Disney.
But at least you didn't get the blow dry, and your ego will recover from this.
That's true.
Yeah, but next time the cream rinse may be in order. See you, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Boy, oh boy.
1-888-CAR-TALK or 1-888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, my name is Tamatha, and I'm calling from Northampton, Massachusetts.
Whoa. Tamatha?
Yeah, Tamatha.
No kidding. Isn't that cool?
Thank you.
What a cool name.
What's the origin of this name?
I think my parents made it up, but I have run into other Tamathas. When I was 8, we were at Denny's, and our waitress's name was also Tamatha.
Nah, they paid her off.
They didn't. She had the name tag and everything.
Well, they probably had that made up. You got fooled by it, didn't you? Here, here's $10. Put this on.
Where'd you say you were from?
I'm from Northampton.
No, in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Right. All right, Tamatha, what's up?
Okay, well, I have a 92 Subaru Loyale, and basically this is a saga that starts with a curse and ends with a donut. And in between is a problem with seizing calipers.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
We'll just take our shoes off and relax, and you start telling.
Okay. So 2 summers ago, my friends and I were walking, and we passed this woman who was having car trouble, and my friend Sarah said, we should stop and help her. And my other friend and I just kind of looked at each other like she was nuts because there were already 3 people helping her, and I knew that I would be no help whatsoever. I'd probably get stuck under the car.
Yeah.
So Sarah said to me, well, fine, but don't blame me if you have bad car karma. Okay.
That's the curse.
That's the curse.
That's the curse.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, a week later, I had gone down to New Jersey, and I was on my way back. And about an hour into my trip, I noticed that there was this burning smell, and I was hoping it wasn't my car. And I looked at the temperature gauge, perfectly normal. And so I was concerned, but I had no idea what was up until I hit my first toll booth, and the brakes were really soft.
Aha.
So then So of course it was a Sunday, and I pulled off at the first exit, and I could only, I went to the first, place that I could find that was open, which is one of those chain stores. And like a week later, and not about $900 later, they had replaced both calipers, front calipers, and the master cylinder, and they told me that the problem had been that my calipers were seizing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sounds good.
Right. So then last June, I was on my way to New Jersey. I'm about an hour into my trip, and lo and behold, there's that familiar burning smell.
Ooh.
And
You sure it wasn't just New Jersey?
I wasn't in New Jersey yet, though.
Oh.
I was only in Connecticut at that point.
Ah.
So I
Well, it's those winds, Yeah, those prevailing winds.
El Nino.
Exactly. But so I pull over, and of course, it's the same thing. My brakes are soft. I'm stuck. I have to use, whatever mechanic I can find, which is in yet another chain store, a different one.
Yeah.
They're like, your calipers are, one of your calipers is seizing, and the other one's just bad.
Were these chain stores like Midas or one of those places?
Am I? Well, I don't. Well, one.
You're
of them,
at liberty to say.
What I am at liberty
Yes.
to say? Well, the first one in New Jersey was a Pep Boys, and then the second one that was last June was Sears. And the problem. So here's.
They're going to sue you, by the way, but I'm glad you mentioned it.
I'm glad you mentioned
the rest of our listeners.
Your name is Tamatha from Northampton, right?
Okay.
And your last name and address?
No, you can't have that.
Phone number?
It's all right. They have caller ID. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so.
Did Sears do both calipers?
Yes, they replaced both calipers.
But not the master cylinder.
No.
I fear that they have both missed the real issue.
I think so, too.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You didn't tell us yet about the donut.
Okay, here's the deal about the donuts.
Yeah.
So the second time that this happened, I had 4 friends in the car, and as we passed the site of where the calipers had seized the day before, we had gone to Dunkin' Donuts before we left, and he said he took a French cruller out of the box and said, "This is an offering to the evil spirits to, make sure we have a safe trip."
The French cruller god.
But it gets better. So I, being the superstitious person that I am, took that French cruller after our safe trip to and from New Jersey in the rental car and moved it to my car, where it sat until September when my coworkers found an even better French cruller. This one's frosted and it's got sprinkles. So I, gave the evil spirits an even better offering. So now, of course, one of the most popular questions I get is that really a donut in your car? And then the second question is, how long has it been there?
Yeah.
Well, it does make for good conversation, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Like an icebreaker. You meet someone new and you can tell them the whole entire story, like you spent the last 25 minutes telling us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing now.
Yes.
It's going to happen again.
Yeah.
Why? What's wrong?
I think both the Pep Boys and the Sears guys, and we can only say this because we have this information, I think that they both missed what was really going on. I think you have a bad vacuum booster. And as you drive the car, very gradually the booster begins to apply pressure to the brakes, even though you're not stepping on the brakes, until finally it's tantamount to you're stepping on the brake pedal while you're stepping on the gas.
Now, I don't notice any problem when I'm driving. Like, it doesn't feel like I have to put more gas on or anything, and the car doesn't feel like it's slowing down or anything. It only happens on the highway.
Yes, that's right, because it takes a long enough trip.
And why does it only happen in the summer?
Oh, because you only travel in the summer?
No.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm sorry, I go
Well,
home.
it's hotter in the summer and things expand faster.
Okay.
I don't like it.
That's it.
I don't.
No, we're not making it up.
Well, I
No,
mean-
it's either the power booster or it's the brake lines between the frame and the calipers. But I'm sticking with the booster.
No, when this has happened, I haven't had any problem. Actually, like, it's not like my wheels stop. Like, I just drive straight to the
No,
shop.
because it's getting to that point. If you had kept going, the car, you'd find yourself stepping on the gas pedal more and more and more to keep going at 50 miles an hour. Because your brakes are seizing up.
Okay.
And the smell you smelled is obviously the brake pads frying.
Or New Jersey.
Fried brake pads.
Here's what you do. If you want your mechanic to work on it and not a stranger,
Right.
take the car out and drive it about 45 minutes away from his shop. During which time, use the brakes as much as possible. And then make a U-turn and come back. I'm willing to bet on a warm day you will duplicate the problem that you had in New Jersey, and then he can fix it once and for all, and you can throw that moldy donut away. You're going to get a disease from it. See you, Tamatha.
Okay, well, thanks so much for your help.
See you later.
Luck.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling. Bye.
Hey, Tommy, according to our latest contract, it's time for us to take another little break.
Hey, that's good. That's a nice little benefit you negotiated for us. Another break. I like it.
It's not a benefit for us. It was demanded by the listener.
Be convinced whenever they hear us say it. This is NPR.
Thanks for listening to Car Talk, and if you're still waiting for your kale and quinoa casserole to simmer when this show's over, check out NPR's Bullseye with Jesse Thorne. It's a podcast about pop culture, music, books, movies, everything creative. Find Bullseye now at npr.org/podcast and on the NPR One app.
Support for this podcast and the following message come from Rhino Records. Celebrating Good Times, the brand new album from the Monkees. Featuring highlights Me and Magdalena, You Bring the Summer, Birth of an Accidental Hipster, and She Makes Me Laugh. Produced by Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony-nominated Adam Schlesinger. Good Times features contributions written especially for the Monkees by Ben Gibbard, Andy Partridge, Noel Gallagher, Paul Weller, Rivers Como, and more. Available now.
Ha! We're back. You're listening to Car Talk with us, Click and Clack, the Tappert Brothers, and we're here to talk about cars, car repair, and the new puzzler.
I can hardly wait.
And this is from Malcolm Ross McDonald, who was the designer of the most recent Car Talk T-shirt.
Yeah.
This is, I believe, this is going to elicit from my brother when I give the answer next week. A bogus.
Well,
but just remember,
the puzzlers of late have been they've been quite good.
Oh, no. I recall just a few short weeks ago.
Well, there was that little incident with the number 2.
Oh, no, that was a long... It just seems like yesterday.
We don't have to discuss that. But the past few weeks, at least, which is as far as my memory goes, I think the puzzlers have been pretty darn good.
Well, that's about to change.
So this one is a pre-bogus one.
Well, this will give you a finer appreciation for the better ones.
Oh.
I think.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
I'm going to take a sheet of plain white paper, no lines on it.
Yeah.
Okay, just a blank sheet of paper, like 8.5 by 11.
Got it.
Okay, and using a fountain pen with black ink, I'm going to write my signature on the paper, any place on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
And my X. I know yours is 2X
Dr.
because
X.
you're a professor, Mariosi. And I'm also going to write something else on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which will be plainly visible. Both will be plainly visible.
Yeah.
When I look at my signature through the magnifying glass that I have, I'm not surprised to find out that it's enlarged.
Duh.
But when I look at the other thing, it isn't.
Ooh.
So if you think you know the answer, write it on a postcard or an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, or tape it to the bottom of a Panasonic zero-gravity shiatsu massage lounger, 3-speed. Send it to Puzzler Tower, Car Talk Plaza, Box 3500, Harvard Square, Cambridge.
Our fair city.
Matt 02238. Or, of course, you can email your answer from cartalk.com. If you'd like to call us right now, the number is 1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Yeah, hi, this is Ken from Great Falls, Montana.
Hi, Ken.
How you doing?
Oh, we're doing great.
I've got a 92 Chevy K1500 Series 4x4 pickup.
Yeah.
If you let the clutch out, normally as soon as you let the clutch out, it'll engage and the truck takes off. Mine now comes out to about 80% out, and then it'll engage to take off. It's a hydraulic clutch. But here's the kicker. At the same time, when you let the clutch out, either in first gear or in reverse, you get like a groaning or a grinding noise, more of a groaning noise coming from the transmission.
Groaning noise?
I was going to try to record it for you, but I couldn't do that.
Well, how many miles on this clutch?
118,000.
Gee, I was going to guess 115K.
You were, huh?
I was. That was my number.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
You're not really originally from Montana, are you?
Well, no, not really. I was born in England. My father was Air Force, so I've traveled all around the world, and then I just retired from the Army, so I just continued to travel around the world.
Ah.
What, and you broke down in Montana?
No, he chose Montana.
Yeah, this is where the truck finally stopped. Usually, when you put, like I said, if you put a load behind it, a horse trailer or anything that has some weight to it,
Yeah.
that's when you really notice it, or if you're if you're on an incline.
Yeah, because what you're hearing is the clutch slipping.
You need a clutch, man.
Well, I had two friends of mine that claimed to be mechanics.
Claim,
and they didn't listen to it. I just explained to them what it was doing, and the one guy said, "Yeah, it's just the clutch plate."
Yeah, that's the clutch.
That's what it is. It's the clutch plate.
Then another guy, I explained it to him. He says, "Oh no," he says, "you have two different problems." He says, "You have with the clutch, that's going to be your master cylinder because it's not allowing it to come out." And he said Chevys that year, the transmission in the first gear wasn't designed to be that strong. He said,
"No, that guy is."
You need some new friends, Ken.
No, the first friend is okay.
Okay, is he okay?
Yeah, I mean, you need a clutch. It's a simple, straightforward thing.
Okay.
So you need to get in. You need to lie down. Actually, this is a great vehicle to do a clutch on because you don't even need to jack it up.
You don't. You just crawl underneath.
You take the drive shaft out.
If you can take the weight of the tranny on your chest, you're all set.
Right. You got to go for a stress test first. Call the doctor. Yeah.
It is. It's actually a very easy job.
Okay. So
and friend number two, as erudite as he may sound, I wouldn't trust anything he said about anything anymore.
Okay.
See you, Ken.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks for your call.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good luck.
Bye.
1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
This is Jean from Regalsville, Pennsylvania.
Hi, Jean. Regalsville, huh?
Yeah.
Regalsville.
How y'all?
Good.
Is this like Western or Eastern?
All the way in the east. I'm right on the Delaware River, so I'm right at the New Jersey line. Ooh.
Oh.
I'm on the good side.
So what's going on, Jean?
Well, I've got a 96 Ford Windstar that's got a weird tire problem. I drove up, this is about a month and a half ago, and I drove up in my driveway. Actually, the first time it was my husband. And he says, "You've driven over a nail. I can't believe it. The tire's deflating." And he takes it off, and he couldn't find a hole. And he pumped it back up, and it was fine.
Well, why did he say the tire's deflating? Just
Well,
because
he
it
heard
looked
this.
low, or he heard something?
No, he heard this.
Did he?
Big-time noise.
Yeah.
Deflated all of a sudden.
Cool.
But he didn't find it. He did the soapy water thing. He looked at nothing.
What did he do? He put it in the bathtub, huh?
Yeah. How'd you know? Well, he had a rubber ducky. And he had to So anyway, a couple weeks later, and this happened in my driveway. So a couple weeks later, I'm pulling up, and my daughter gets out of the car and goes, "Mom, it's doing it."
Yeah.
And I get out, and sure enough, the noise is going.
Yeah.
So I run in the house, and I get the soapy water thing. And I pour it all over the tire, and all of a sudden I see a big soap bubble. So I decide, I can't see it well enough. It's on the back side of the tire, so I go to turn the wheel a little bit. And I move the car about 2 feet,
And it stops. Yeah.
Man.
Now, do you have any clue as to whereabouts on the tire the bubble was coming from, even when you couldn't see it too well?
The back side.
Backside. But was it like right where the wheel meets the tire?
I have no idea.
Oh, was it close to, you don't know if it was close to...
It wasn't near the tread. I could tell
It was not near the tread. Now, tell us about your driveway.
Okay. It's black.
Good.
Yeah.
And, well, it's paved. That's a real step up.
Paved. Is there? Do you have to, like... Is it a
go
hill up or
yeah,
down?
You have to go up like probably a 25-degree incline.
And does it have, like, cobblestones along the edge?
No. Just a black top.
Just a black top.
Yeah, and it makes a nice curve, real scenic, kind of nice curve.
Perfectly smooth and flat. No, nothing you could, like, bounce over.
Are you more likely to watch PBS or The Simpsons?
PBS.
PBS, okay.
PBS.
So you got rid of this tire, but
I got rid of the tire, but now my worry is there something wrong with the rim or something? I went down to my friendly Walmart and got new tires, but they're not rocket scientists over there, so I don't really trust them to look.
So where is this tire?
Where is it now?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's in some trash heap.
Gene.
I was going to ask you to mail it to my brother's house.
I could have cut it up in little pieces.
No.
No, I suspect what you had a gash in this tire.
Really?
The kind like a paper cut.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was happening was that every once in a while the tire would get flexed in such a way. Don't forget, whenever you stop the car, you're never stopping with the same points of the tire touching the ground.
Right.
It's always a different spot.
Right.
Or almost always a different spot. And every once in a while, like every couple of weeks, you'd hit that one spot where you would cause this little paper cut, so to speak, to open up and psh.
Ooh. My husband didn't think of that.
Well, I think that's what's going, because I've seen it before.
Ooh.
And it could easily be that. And I rather doubt it's the rim. If it were, first of all, they would have noticed. No, never mind.
I went to Walmart. Okay.
They're not rocket science.
Okay.
No, I mean, they might not have noticed. But I trust that since you've had the new tire put on, you have not had a reoccurrence.
Well, no, but it only happened once every 2 weeks or so anyway, and I've only had the tires for about 2 weeks.
Ah.
And it hasn't happened.
There you go.
There you go, all fixed.
There you go. Well, okay.
See you, Gene.
Bye. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
1-888-CAR-TALK or 1-888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hello, this is Bill in Sonoma County in California.
Hi, Bill. What's going on, man?
Well, my problem is this. My conscience is kind of eating at me. I guess it's that residual Catholic guilt, but here's the story. I'm a travel writer, and I was driving my rental car in a trip in, well, let's just say Northern Europe in case the tourist board is listening. And I knocked on a few bread and breakfasts, but no one would take me in because it was too late at night, so I decided to sleep in my car, which was a Ford Fiesta. And I found a road leading down to the bay, and it was a full moon shining on the water, and I thought, well, this is great. I have a room with a view. It's kind of small, but it's nice. So I climbed in the back seat of the Ford Fiesta to sleep, and about dawn, I wake up, roll over, and my arm flops off the seat and splash, and the car is filled with water. So I whip off my eye shades, and I sit up and look around, and I am surrounded by water.
Really?
The tide has
didn't
come
wake
in.
you up in the night?
Oh, the tide came in.
The tide had come in. And so I'm scrambling over into the front seat, and the gas pedal is just about underwater, and the car starts.
Sure.
So I managed to back it up out of the water, up the road, and I open the car doors, and the water, like in a movie, comes, rushing out. And
the fish are jumping up.
Yeah. But so this is my question. Since I've been home, I've told a few people about the story.
But you didn't tell the car rental company, did you?
No, so that's been
Neither did our producer, Doug Berman, when he did the same thing.
Oh, someone else is as stupid as I am.
No, no one's as stupid as him.
Well, this is a close competition.
Doug and his wife were on their way to a wedding. Where was this, in California? Yeah. You want to come in and tell us? But anyway, they decided, as best I can remember, they decided to take a shortcut, which was taking them through a dry riverbed that wasn't dry.
Right.
And Doug said...
And, of course, his wife, with the brains of the family, says, oh, now we have to turn around and go back, Doug. And he says, no, we don't.
It's a rental car. They'll never know if anything happens.
So he drives into the middle of the thing. The car stalls out, and he's done for. He's in the middle of the river, and
so
he's all dressed up in his tuxedo.
Up to his ankles in water, up to his knees in water. And later than that, he's at the do-it-yourself car wash place with the vacuum, trying to vacuum all the water out of the carpets. Yeah. So he returns the car, and so far,
they haven't caught him, but they will now.
Well, so my question is, because of the salt water, and someone said the underside of the car body will eventually corrode. I mean, it could take years, and I know that car rental agencies often sell their cars down the line, and I just can't live with the thought that, 5 years from now, some mother's going to be driving her kids to school, and suddenly, boom, the bottom of the car is going to fall out.
Well, so you're thinking in terms of like an anonymous tip or something? Is that what you're thinking of?
Well, no, I don't care. I'll just tell them.
You just tell
them.
It
was me.
And you just get it off your conscience.
Yeah,
huh?
exactly.
Wow.
Mm. Well, I don't know that the danger that you see is likely.
Oh, okay.
No, in fact, the first time it rains and that car is driven through, puddles and whatnot, the underside of it will get cleansed and all that salt will get washed away.
Even if it was, soaked up inside... I mean, because, it went into the bottom part of the motor and everything.
Well, the motor, it wouldn't hurt the motor. If it were going to hurt the motor, it would be done for by now.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
What's more likely is that the water that got into the passenger compartment...
That's the biggest problem.
Might cause a problem.
And the problem it's going to cause is a smell. because it's going to get moldy under those carpets.
Well, I sat there with my T-shirts trying to wring out the carpets, and I drove around the next 5 days with the heater blasting and windows open. And
oh, you did?
So I thought, well, maybe they'll just think I spilled the 7-Up on the floor or something, but...
Oh, what a tangled web we weave.
Yeah.
But, my punishment is that, all my film and cameras were ruined.
Yeah, I guess the way you've rationalized it, you've already paid for this. Right? I mean, this is a case where everybody pays.
No,
you have to buy new cameras. They have to buy a new car.
I think you have to come clean, Bill.
Okay.
I think you have to tell them what happened. They'll probably tell you, oh, that happens all the time. Don't worry about it.
Well, they'll probably laugh.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be too worried about it.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to have any long-term effect. If they can figure out which car it is, they can.
Oh, they'll know.
They'll know. Yeah, they can pull the carpet out and really dry it out, and I think it'll be fine.
I'm ready to come clean. So.
And we think Doug Berman should do it, too. Who was that? Was that an Avis rent-a-car? He's lying. He said it was Avis, but it wasn't Avis.
Yeah.
We'll find out from his wife.
Okay.
It would be
someone she's
cheap.
the honest one in the family.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot.
See you, Bill.
Hey,
Bye.
Bill,
Good luck
to you.
Bye.
Thanks for your call. Well, it's happened again. You've misappropriated another perfectly good hour listening to Car Talk. Our esteemed producer is Doug, the subway fugitive, not a slave to fashion, bongo boy, frogman. Is that frogman referred to the incident with the
Yes, it does.
drowning the car?
Yes, it does.
Berman. Our associate producers are David, the Calves of Belleville Green, and Catherine Frau Blucher Fenolosa. Our web lackey is Doug, the Old Gray Mare, assisted by Connie Britchford. Our engineer is John Cartman Perotti. Our theme music is by David Dog Grisman, and our technical, spiritual, and menu advisor, just back from his annual pre-bathing suit season, fried clams, fried dough, fried chicken, fry offers, and Diet Coke blowout. This is NPR.